alive. Not wrong one. Fuck. Yeah. Also a Cthulhu one though. That was the one in case Mo is dead. But I believe that Mo is alive. Mo, check. Are you here amongst the living?
Ah.
Yeah, there he is. How's it going?
Going good. How about you?
It's going good for me. I'm excited that you are here and alive today, and I'm excited to find out what has been happening to Albert, because it's been a little while since we've seen Albert, and of course we have Hans with us today, so it's kind of a little two-player session today, because normally we play on Tuesdays. We miss Tuesdays because of Valentine's Day, and as you know, Cthulhu needs a day off to get all of his tentacles, and all of the loving around. So that took a day off there, but we're making up for it now with these guys. A little offshoot adventure. Mass Effect. Mass Effect was really good. I did play a lot of Mass Effect. I haven't played Andromeda though. Bang aliens, what more could you want? That's a good pitch for someone like me. So, anyway, let's dive into who we are playing today, our characters and all that good nonsense. I myself will be the keeper for tonight, which is basically the Dungeon Master in Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. Mo, how are you, good sir?
I am feeling great. I'm feeling much, much better. Hey, it's Chris. Hey, Chris. I didn't know that you actually came in here. So, sorry, it's one of my friends. Anyway, I am feeling great, and everything is great. This week has been so hectic and in so many things.
Absolutely. Tell us who you're playing today. Who's Albert?
Albert King is an ex-boxer who became an investigator to find out about the death of his parents. But to actually start, he joined an investigation firm. And his big thing is punching people. Like that time he punched an old lady in the face. Know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah. He's rather infamous for that moment where Albert punched an old lady in the face, and then you ended up murdering her with a group. A lot of things happened there regarding the old lady. But it really all stemmed from that first act of wanton slaughter, after you just savaged this old lady. Did I sleep at all last night? I was up quite late. Yeah, no, I slept in because I think we slept quite late actually. But yeah, I was doing emails up until 2 or 3, getting through the casting emails, and there's like 20 or 30 of them now at this point, and a bit snowed under. But we also have Templar with us today. How's it going, Mr. Templar?
It's going good. It's
good.
Well, I'm trying to murder people. Not in real life. Role
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Adapting to new sleeping schedule because job, so weird things happening with staying up for all nights and stuff.
I understand.
But I'm good. So yeah,
Good.
I'm here. I am playing Hans. Hans is the Hans Auckland, who's a German born, lives in US, UK for his life. Joined the army, career military. First World War happened. Didn't live in a good spot. Didn't like the army anymore. He left. Came found, just sort of at loose end, found a private investigation company and stayed and worked there. And then currently he's now gone totally insane. So,
yeah, that's a thing.
All's well that ends well.
Absolutely, yeah, pretty much. So we have Albert and Hans today, and of course we'll be doing a bit of a recap of what's been going on in the adventure and what we're doing today, because well, I guess a quick summary. These guys have come to the island to investigate and to find a man called Edward Brixton. Turns out Edward has died, and through various shenanigans, the party have ended up joining the cult on Tafuda Isle. And so they are now as deep as you can get, as kind of double agents, I suppose. They're trying to kill the high priestess of this cult, but they've had to do some pretty bad things to get where they are right now. So these guys are by no means the good guys. They are going quite insane. I believe Hans is probably the most insane out of all of them. And Albert's had a pretty bad time of it as well, clawing out his eyes, seeing terrible things that shouldn't be seen. And the rest of the party, whilst absent for today's session, although we might have Momo, she said she's coming in from work, so hopefully she'll get a chance to join in here as Ify. They are no saints either, by any means. And so in today's session, we're going to be following what happened to Albert. Because Albert has gone missing. He's had a tough time of it, really. But recently, they were having a birthday party for cultists. And in their mansion, which the party have now accrued and is a kind of base of operations, they have managed to, after they killed Magus due to Albert punching her in the face and then them later murdering her, they had to convince these cultists that Magus was well and good because her death has not yet circulated as popular knowledge in the town. And so they sent Albert to, go and find Magus, Albert, late at night on the dark, misty streets of Tafuda Isle. What could go wrong? And at the end of that session, well, we didn't see Albert at the inn, the Drowned Man's Inn, where Magus lived and worked. And so the nature of his whereabouts is currently unknown. And so we're going to be seeing Hans trying to find the old Yank Albert. Because Hans and Albert aren't really the best of friends, but maybe they'll bond. Maybe they'll, get it on today. We'll have to wait and see. That's true, Ramsberg. I got $3 in just a few years. That's pretty good. Yes, drama indeed. So we've got Hans and Albert, and we haven't seen Albert yet. We're going to be starting off today with Hans and seeing what he's been up to. Also, thank you to Alex Tully Lives for following. Welcome to the event, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Hans, where is the last point that we left off with you? What's the last thing that Hans was doing when last we saw him?
Well, when last we saw him, we had killed off the ghoul creatures. Mm-hmm. We had killed those guys.
Yeah.
Gone down to the tunnel. Met I think her name was Rose.
Yes, her name is Rose.
Yes. We shot her several times. And then sort of, everything started falling apart. AFE was turning into a cultist princess. She had the crown, the staff, all the things. Hans was just like, okay, I just shot this woman. And I realized, oh, wait, for some reason, he was the one who knew this detail, that they had banished her. She wasn't dead. She banished somewhere else, so she was effectively immortal as well.
Yeah.
Sort of caused him to break down. Charlie, was it Charlie? I can't remember the characters' names anymore.
Charlie, yeah, that's the one.
Charles, Charles was the only, Charles is like, okay, there's this big eye in Nick's chest. We might want to do something about that because that's tied to a god we don't want to be tied to, because there's also Hester as well as Shub-Niggurath and all these things, and oh lord. And basically, during this whole process, Hans broke down after basically trying to restrain Nick and was just sort of there muttering to himself as sort of a complete wreck. Yeah. So he's just sort of there rocking, muttering.
So Hans is down. I think you're a bit behind there, Ramsberg. Hans is down in the depths of this kind of cave system. The rest of the party are there with him. And Albert's location is currently unknown. So, before we dive into today's adventure, what's up, Ninja Kitty? Let us remind you guys of the ways that you can interact with tonight's show, the same as you can with the rest of the shows as well. First of which being, if you haven't followed, go ahead and hit that follow button and join us. When we hit 20 followers today, you guys will get a viewer decision where you get to decide anything which can happen next in our campaign. Could be a good thing, more likely it's a terrible thing for the party. Yes, and if a player's absent, it's probably because they've died in real life. Also, if you haven't tweeted yet, I believe we're at 11 or 12 retweets, and when we hit 20, we'll have another viewer decision as well. Make sure you actually click the green retweet rather than quoting it, because otherwise Twitter doesn't count them, which is super annoying. I wish it did, but there you go. Also, if you want to subscribe, then you can do. We're one subscriber or patron away, thanks to Zion War subscribing before the show even started, from another viewer decision. And of course, affect the game by giving players nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges, by cheering as well. Check out all that stuff down below. But without any further ado, let us dive into the action here. And we're going to be starting off with the wonderful Hans, as he's down in the cave system. So Hans, you've been you're down here for a while now. As you kind of descended into the gibbering madness and darkness as well, you kind of passed out. You just stood here for as long as you could, or curled up in a corner for about as long as you can remember. And as your crusty, sleep-ridden eyes open up, you realize that the party aren't there anymore. Ivy is gone, as well as Charles and Nick. There's no sign of the body of Rose, but you're still amongst this bubbling hot pools. The tunnel which led you down here looks to be still open. You could probably ascend it, and there are deeper tunnels leading further downwards into the heart of the earth, the ground, I suppose. Now remember that Hans is somewhat insane at this point. Anything he does probably wouldn't make sense to the average person, but to Hans it has its own warped logic. What's the first thing that Hans does as he kind of gets up here?
He loads his gun, which he can't load because his revolver has no ammo anymore. But he will go through the motion, so he'll sort of, empty because it's a revolver, empty the chambers, put it back in, and now he has this fully loaded, not loaded gun. Sort of look around. Shite. You don't split up. Sort of looks around and he goes back upwards. In quite a rush, so he heads back upwards to the cave where the ghouls were. You'll sort of stop, look around, can't find them. This is the rope still tied to the.
Yes, the rope is still tied, so you can ascend upwards. Yeah,
so he'll climb up. I'm trying to think if he had his rifle or not, but he'll climb up and get to the top and look around. They went in during the night, didn't they?
Yes, you came in during the night, so when you wake up, it's coming up to dawn. So it's still that kind of dark, sort of like twilight time, I suppose, where that time between being truly daylight. So there's still a thick fog which is around the area, and you're amongst these ruins. There are the signs of fighting, like the shells of the bullets and the blood stains from where you fought these ghouls as you climb up here, but no signs, immediate signs of Ivy, Nick, and Charles, and of course you still have no clue where Albert is.
Yeah, so he was like, shite. Where do I need to go? It's take, demons, where the demons go? Church. He looks around because he looks around and he starts walking around this place, sort of poking his heads under rocks and things. Because I believe you mentioned that this was actually once the church.
Indeed, it was. Yeah.
So he's looking around for things where he shouldn't be. Under rocks, under holes that they can't fit in.
Yeah.
Doing all the stupid things, and then
Yeah, you don't find anything. Unfortunately, for Hans, you find dirt and stones and bits of rubble that has fallen down here. And after a while of searching, they are not here. It's worrying.
So he's sort of panicking, and where the fellas go? But guys, right, they didn't leave. Ain't leaving now. Right. They right, place, right, that way, and he will head and go, straight back through town, sort of marching, proper, military march, straight to the Drowned Man Inn.
Nice.
Yeah, and he'll sort of just go in and open the door and head inside. If something happens before that.
Of course, yeah. So you start to head that way. Now we're going to cut back to Albert here. As we do, we're going to kind of go back in time just a little bit, because Albert, the night before, went to go to the Drowned Man Inn to go and find Magus. And obviously he knew that she was dead, so he didn't really go there in any hopes of attempting to find her. But let's go back to that night before. So Albert, it's probably about 3 or 4. You've been hosting this party with Nick and Ify for some time, as well as Charles. Unfortunately, you've had to be sent out here on your own without any of the others to go and find the lovely Magus, who, of course, at this point is dead. So you're walking through the foggy streets, and you come to the tavern. What exactly do you do? Because you know that it's closed. It's still openable. It's not locked. But you know that Magus isn't inside.
Well, I'm gonna go in and go to the bar and have a drink.
Makes sense. That makes sense. So, you go and get a drink. And whatever, you help yourself to the wonderful array of spirits that Magus has. And as you're getting your first nightcap down, you hear the door creak open. And
I'll slowly put down the glass and hide.
Yeah, as you look up from your hiding place, most likely behind a bar counter, you see that there's a woman walking into the bar. This woman, it's dark, but she looks familiar. You think she might be the fishmonger from that a couple of days ago. And you walked in and you bought a potato and you bought a fish from her. She seemed to be not okay with the cult because she gave you some information on them, and that was strictly forbidden, you now know. So whoever this woman is, she is no friend of the cult of Shab Nagurath, which is interesting. So she walks in and she says, "Hello? Hello? Is anyone there?"
I'll stay quiet and listen.
She steps inside. Afraid a dude key for following. You're a gentleman and a scholar. She steps inside the tavern itself, closing the door behind her with a yawning creak. And shut. It's dark in here aside from a lantern which is always lit up by the bar itself. So if she were to come over and peer over, she would see you most likely. Currently at this point, however, she's moving along the tables. This woman herself is blonde, fairly plain looking, and wearing a plain set of garbed leather overalls. She works in a fishmonger and a greengrocer, so it looks like she's just out from her work clothes. She stops by the table which your drink is on, and you realize too late that you've left the bottle of whiskey there along with your glass. And she looks down at this and calls out again, "Hello, Mr. King?"
I'll drop something. So maybe something that I had in my pocket, maybe like some change. I'll as a performance, I'll drop the change and go, "Oh, hello." And I'll peek up.
She kind of jumps as you jump up, and she goes, "Oh, you. I thought you might be here."
"Oh, it's you."
Yes. Yes.
Do I know her name?
You don't. You never asked her name.
I'll start shaking my head I'm sorry. I never got your name.
It's Jane. Jane.
Well, how may I help you, Jane?
She kind of looks around nervously. Faded Diadon for following. You're a gentleman and a scholar. She looks around nervously as if she's afraid of someone overhearing her, and she says, Is Magus here?"
I just went through the house. She's apparently not here. I couldn't find her.
Okay, well, if it's safe to speak, do you have a room here that we could speak in? Privately?
Oh, sure. And I'll take her upstairs to the room that I stayed in.
Yeah. she kind of like closes it behind you, and she turns and looks at you and says, I've heard rumors that well, you might not want to be here, and I was wondering if that's true, because I don't want to be here either.
Then why were you here in the first place?
I was born here. It's not so easy to leave. I think you might have gathered that.
Yeah, well, we may have an idea on how, but we sort of have a job to do.
A job
You know.
to do.
You know, with the cult and the black goat and all that.
Right. So, how long do you think that will take you?
Honestly, I don't know, cause well, we never got around to finding a time to actually leave, but as soon as we're done with this job, we're out of there. And you're welcome to join us.
She nods. Thanks to guys blowing each other for following. Welcome, Clevench, my friend. You're a gentle guys and scholars. I very much appreciate that you guys are fans of the stream.
Yeah, I mean, it happens here all the time, Will.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're in a good spot. So it's a very safe
It's
space.
lightening the mood so far.
Yeah.
Oh god.
We've broken out. So yes, she nods and she says, "Do you have a plan on how to get out? Do you have a plan?"
Well, the only plan that we have so far is what was his name again? The character, the old guy that died. The high priestess's husband.
Oh, Callow.
Yeah, Callus.
Callus. You're right. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Well, last time we were at the high priestess's, we found a boat that Callus owns. So maybe that's one way that we're gonna leave.
Right. It's it's tied up and protected around the high priestess's house. So, I mean, that's protected at all times. So I don't think it's going to be too easy. I've looked at it into that in the past when I was trying to get away. I do have a better solution though.
Oh,
Yeah.
what you got?
Well, it's not exactly the best solution, I don't think, but well, underneath most of the island there are a set of tunnels that have been there for longer than anyone has known, I think. Now, rumor has it that Cthulhu Isle isn't just one island, that there are several islands connected, but no one can really find them due to the fog. The legend goes that if you can find them under the tunnels, then that's the only real way to get there, because the fog blocks and confuses. And well, I don't know if you believe in anything like magic, but that's what the stories say. I imagine you had a bit of an odd time getting here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think a boat from this island is necessarily the best idea, because well, whenever anyone's tried to leave before, their ship never made it far.
And how many islands do you know that are around here?
I hear that there's 3, from what I've researched from the library, but Gomps keeps most of his files hidden, tucked away. But I saw him leaving for the mansion this evening. Do you
It was
think...
his birthday.
Yeah, she nods and says, I think now would be a good time to find those hidden files and see what we can get, no?
How long have I been in the drowned man?
Maybe like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Then let's go. And I get up.
Okay. And Jane kind of like takes your hand and starts walking with you. It's so dark in the streets and so foggy that you actually kind of need to hold on to someone to see to keep track of them. Otherwise, you could very easily lose them. Yeah, she grabs your hand and starts walking with you down the streets until you reach the library where Gumst runs the place. However, the door appears locked when she tries it. Do you think you could, I don't know, shove it open or something?
I'm gonna punch it.
Of course you are.
I'm gonna punch it.
Punch like that old lady.
Because nothing ever went wrong when you punched something. You gotta use your fist
like
though, because I
that
don't think you
door.
have your brass knuckles anymore.
No.
Yeah, you put your brass knuckles back in the church ruins, actually.
It
We're
was.
gonna say
I
that
threw
Hans
one, and
finds
the
you.
other one was with Charlie.
That's right, yeah, Charlie's got the other one, yeah. What's up, Richard? Yeah, so, yeah, there's that. So, roll me
Fighting brawl.
Fighting brawl. It's going to be an easy one, so the first column we will use.
Hey.
95, 21, that's a success. So you just, like, punch this door, and you feel it kind of, like, ricochet and shudder with the force of your punch. And the hinges, they don't, like, blow off. And just like snap away, but the door just does give way. You know, the lock, whatever feeble lock mechanism is there, just like juds out of place, and the door tumbles open. Now, the library itself is, of course, very dark. There are no lights on inside. However, what scant moonlight comes through the ruined ceiling can reveal much of the library within, because, as you might remember, there is half a ceiling on the library. Most of it's kind of fallen in, and when it rains, all of the books and records just get completely wet and damp. And Jane kind of looks nervously around and says, Come in. Come in.
Yeah, and I'll go in, keeping a defensive stance.
Yeah. She says, none of the stuff here is going to be what we're looking for. You must have a safe or a back room or something. I'll look around this way. You look that way. And she kind of like points off in a direction. She goes looking over to the left, leaving you with the right-hand side of the library. She says, call out if you hear anyone coming or if you find anything.
Will do. And I'll start looking around on the right side.
Sure. You start going through these records, what you can find off the bookshelves, and there are lots of pieces of wet, damp paper and books, and you're looking through them, and you probably have some kind of candle or lantern with you to actually see within here. That, or you have to shine it up to the moonlight in order to get some of the reflection from the moon to illuminate it. As you're going through one of these, however, you find a door into a back room, which appears to be unlocked.
I think I got something.
She, oh, okay, I'm going over. She, kind of clatters her way through, over to you where this, door is slightly ajar, and it looks like it's a pull.
I'll listen in.
You don't hear anything when you listen in, other than your own breathing and Jane's.
Is there any like opening on the doors, like maybe a few small cracks or something?
Yeah, I mean, it's slightly ajar, so you could probably kind of like prise it open, or if you wanted to look through a little chip in the door. The problem with that being that it's very dark within, so all you see when you press your eye up to it is darkness.
Okay, I'm going in. Hopefully, nothing goes awry. I learned that last year, and then he'll just like go in, sort of proud of using the word awry.
She approves. after the for the awry. Yeah, she nods. Good luck as you head in. And this dingy little room is illuminated by a little candlelight that you have, or your Zippo lighter. And what you see inside is a kind of little desk area where Gumps must work from, and on top of that is a little safe box, just like the one that Jane was describing. And around there's a chair as well. Looks like he's got plenty of newspapers around as well. And there's a sink area. Looks like he cooks here as well. So it's kind of like a office bedroom sort of area, but it's quite cramped and small in here. Everything has kind of been fit into its place. However, everything is incredibly neat in this office. Whereas in the library, everything's just falling around in a haphazard manner. Everything has been placed very neatly within this office and kind of with a lot of care and attention by the looks of things.
I'll look at the lockbox. Is it like a small lockbox, or is it like a safe?
It is a safe. You could hold it in your hands, but it is quite heavy. You might have to hold it in your arms, really.
Okay.
Yeah. That could be it. That could be it.
I'll put it down, and I'll just look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Should I punch it?
I don't think that's gonna open it. There has to be a combination, right?
Maybe, and I'll try to look like around the chest.
Yeah. There's nothing on it itself. I mean, you can't see anything, which is like, here is the combination. She says,
Oh no, I meant the lock, like maybe a combination lock
is...
or.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can roll me a spot hidden.
All right. Hey, that's pretty good.
That's pretty damn
61.
good. Yeah. You see that on the mechanism itself, it looks like it indeed is a combination lock, so you have to do a kind of like a number, and then you hear a click, and then you'll turn it again and you hear a click. Most of these are kind of like 4 letter combinations, these kind of locks. And you see with your check that this probably hasn't been opened in a very long time. It's actually quite like an old kind of like creaky mechanism. Could really do with like a greasing. So it could potentially be busted open with the right amount of force, but a combination would be a much easier way of doing it.
Yeah. I'll ask her. What's today?
Today, it's a Tuesday.
I mean numbers.
The 2nd. That's the 2nd of February, 1922.
Of course. All right. Let me see if this will work, and I'll put it as 0202.
Okay. So as you kind of like turn it into place stuff, you don't hear any clicks, and you try and pull it open, and it's still shut. No luck.
Wait, what did Jane say? February 2nd?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that would have been a funny joke if it was like 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
You know, American to British, or British to American dates. Would have been fun.
I figured I'd keep it easy for that.
Aw, would have been funny. I'll put it down and look around, see if there's anything that would resemble a code.
Yeah. She starts looking around as well. As you guys are searching for these papers and stuff, you hear the door to the main library open with a and the sound of footsteps walking in.
Is there anywhere in the room that either of us can hide?
There is under the desk, I suppose.
I'll let her. I'll push Jane under the desk to hide, and I'll leave the room.
Okay. So she goes under the desk. Yes, like a little bit hard to catch you up right now, buddy. I'll do it on the hour, so I'll try and catch you up. So you push her under the desk. Okay, come back for me.
I'll do this,
Mm-hmm.
and then like try to point at the box, like for her to find,
She nods. She nods.
and I'll leave the room.
Okay. And as you step outside, you see Gomst, who's standing there. He's obviously this blind old man, and he kind of shoots over to face you as you step out of his office. Obviously, he's heard you.
Gumst, buddy.
What are you doing there?
I was looking for you. When I came back to the mansion, you weren't there. You weren't there, so I had to come back to tell you some news.
What are you doing back there? By my office. The door was locked to the library.
Was it? And I'll turn to the door and then look back at him and say, I seriously don't believe you, because it was not locked.
He like steps back and starts like fiddling with the lock and like feeling it. What is your news?
I couldn't find Magus. And I'm very worried.
You couldn't find her.
No, I couldn't.
Where did you look?
As soon as I got in there, I looked everywhere. I went to her room, I went into all the other rooms, and I went into the back room. And I checked the attic. She's not there.
He looks concerned, and he says, strange. Perhaps it is what Nick said, that there are those conspiring against us.
Maybe so.
Did you see any signs of anyone around the tavern? Was there anyone there?
In terms of people, no. But I saw a message in her room, and it said, "You will regret this."
Strange. It sounds like a calling card. A taunt. Perhaps my position on the council is not secure.
Which is why I'm very worried about everybody. Especially you, since, it's your birthday and all.
Indeed. Why can I smell perfume?
I put some perfume to be a bit fancy for the party, but I never got to come back.
It's ladies' cologne.
And?
You hear like a little clatter from the office as something falls. What was that?
Excuse me.
He like starts stalking off towards his office.
I'll sort of stay in front of him and say, okay, to tell you the truth, I've worn this perfume because it reminds me of my ma.
He like obviously doesn't bat an eyelid, but he starts kind of pressing past you. There's someone here. It could be them.
Yeah, it's me and you.
He opens up the door, and you kind of like spot Jane, who's like paused in position with like the safe on the table, and she's got like a bunch of papers in her hand, and you can see that a glass has fallen onto the floor.
I'll pick up the glass and say, "Oh, I I must have left this on the corner of the table. I'm sorry. And I'll put it back on the table.
That smell is stronger. Is there
I'll
someone
sorta-
here?
I'll sort of stealth right up to him and say, "Oh, sorry, a bit too close over here." Are you sleepy? It's sort of the middle of the night.
Is there anyone else here?
It's just me and you.
Then you can leave.
I mean,
You see
can't we
him.
talk?
You see him like fingering a pistol on his hip, and he goes as he turns off the safety. You can leave, I said.
Sure. And I'll start moving heavily, so with stomps, try to get her to sneak through.
Mm-hmm. She's like frozen in place. She's clearly horrified and like in terror at this point. As you start leaving, do you close the door?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna stay at his room's door,
Mm-hmm.
and then turn around and say, "I have a few questions, though. Are you okay with answering a couple of them at least?"
He turns back. Make it quick.
I'll take a step forward and say, "The High Priestess. She's sort of started to get insane, and not in a good way." And then I'll take another step and say, "And when we met her earlier, she was raving mad, and she really looked like she wanted to kill you. Like the way that she was looking at all of us, thinking that we were against her."
You said you had a question.
What would you do to her to keep your position?
If I needed to, I would execute.
Execute?
Yes. To keep my place on the council. If betrayal has been done and treachery is afoot, then the High Priestess would have to be eliminated.
But
Not that I'm
how?
convinced she has. How? What
Yeah,
do you
how
mean?
exactly?
What do you mean?
I'll turn around to look to see if there's anybody there listening, and I'll say, "What I mean is, how are you exactly gonna do it? Are you gonna get the entire council to go against her? Are you gonna have another ritual or something like this?"
My exact plans are up in the air right now. There is no strong evidence to prove what you are alleging.
Well, with the missing Magus,
Does not mean she has been killed. People go missing on the island all of the time. Now, if you would please leave me, Mr. King. I'm afraid I'm rather tired.
sure. Oh, and one more thing. Happy birthday, and I'm gonna bop him in the face.
Alright then. I figured this would happen. Old ladies are one thing. Old men, I mean, once you've done the old ladies, it's really there's really, anywhere you can go, to be honest. We'll cut back to that just in a second, just as you wind up for that swing to take out the old man, because we have just hit 20 retweets, which means that you guys get to decide something which happens next in our story. And so, what I want to hear from you guys is, what happens when Albert punches the old man? The old man Gomps. Underneath this line here in the chat, write your ideas for the viewer decision, where you guys can input something into this story here. What happens when Albert punches the old guy? A good thing, a bad thing? You tell me. Try and keep it thematic to Call of Cthulhu, of course. But thank you guys for 20 retweets. And of course, if you guys haven't hit that follow button and join us, we'll have another viewer decision when we hit 20 followers and 30 retweets as well. So get those ideas in and make it bad for Mo, because he's been hitting a lot of old people recently. So let's cut back to Hans.
I was waiting for that, to be honest.
Yeah,
I
saw it.
I was expecting him to be punched like the first moment that he panics. It's like, oh god, he's here, punch. Oh, he actually talked. Oh, what a surprise. Anyway,
it's Albert's reflex mechanism is. So, yeah, you go to the drowned man's inn. Now, bearing in mind you've got no idea how long you've been out for. There are no lights on in the tavern that you can see from the outside, any but overhead lights. But you do see that there is a lantern on by the bar, which is usually always on. Do you go inside?
He will check his watch, which is currently
spinning out of control.
Out of control. And right. So it seems hypnotized by it. Okay. He goes in, heads straight for the bar, and just grabs basically a bottle.
Yeah.
Downs some of it, and then wanders off. And he's like, he starts like, Albert. Yeah, Albert, Nick, Yank bastard, and whatever your fucking name is, yeah. Ugh.
Yeah,
he's just shouting out, "Oi, where the fuck are you?" And he's hitting up, he's basically going to every room, just banging the door open. Mm-hmm. He's panicking. He's actually quite afraid.
Yeah.
He's got, his gun in one hand, which is not loaded, and the drink in the other, and just like smashing doors open to each and every room, shouting, "Where the fuck are you, cunts?" Yeah.
All right.
And he's yeah.
You scream for him, and you come back down into the main common area, and you see that there is Albert's favorite drink out, and a half-drank glass of this whiskey as well. And then you look across the street, and you see that there is a light on within the library, and a door is open.
Shite, in the wrong place there. Don't go to the books. Don't go to the books. Don't go to the books. He sort of turns around, sort of running his hair, his hands through his hair, like, oh, he's not, no hair. So he's sort of across his head. Christ. Bad books are bad. Bad books are bad, right? Bad books are bad. He sort of braces them, closes his eyes, and walks into the doorway.
Nice.
And it's like, oh, Christ, and then walks out, and, straight across to the library, He's hyped himself, psyched himself up for this. Christ. And into the library, and it calls out for particularly Charles and Nick, mostly Charles and Nick, to be honest.
Okay, so you get outside the library, and it is, I'm gonna get this poll going here. You start calling out in the streets, and much of the fog and mist out here seems to kind of capture the sound and make it reverberate in strange ways. But you do find the doorway to the library with the cracked open roof and the moonlight coming through. Are you using any source of light at this point yourself?
Hans? No, he isn't.
Okay, so his eyes are adjusted somewhat to the darkness, I suppose, by this point. And he calls out for Charles and Nick and Ivy and maybe the Yank. And just as Albert punches Mr. Gomst here. Albert, first of all, roll me a fighting brawl. And the
Sure.
straw poll's in chat, guys, so go ahead and vote on that if you haven't already.
Here we go with the bop. Babe, bop. I failed! Yes! Okay, so does it miss, like, next to his face?
Yeah. You just kind of like swipes past his face, and immediately he goes for the gun with the safety off, and he kind of blind fires it off in your direction, or at least he thinks that you are, and it's pretty close quarters, so he's going to have an easy roll on this one as he pops off a shot with his handgun. A 47, let me check here. So a 47 just grazes your ribs. As the bullet kind of like flies by. He's just popped off this shot in close quarters, and the sound of the gun kind of sends your ears ringing with that horrible white noise sound. It's been overloaded with volume and your ears just can't take it. Hans, you hear a gunshot, as well as a sound of kind of like cursing coming from within. Albert, how do you kind of riposte here as Jane screams as well? Ah!
God damn it! And I give them a huge uppercut.
Nice. Give me a roll.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, that's more. I like it. And the damage on that one?
Alright.
Let's see what we got going here. 3. Okay, so you uppercut Gomst. And you send a couple of teeth kind of like spitting out from him as the handgun that he's got at his side, he just kind of like wipes his hand, like bloodied mouth, as you've hit him. Hans, what are you doing? Okay.
Hans going to gunshot.
Mm-hmm.
He sort of runs in. Oh, Christ. No. Runs in, sees the scene of Albert. Wait, but that's not Albert. And old man, what's his face? Gomps. And he's like, oh, Christ, again. Christ. And gun, and he's studying, he's concerned, Albert with bleeding eyes, his teammate, Albert, gun to try and shoot. And it's not loaded, so it clicks. And nothing.
Nice.
And after that, if you want to continue on now or not, he'll run up and basically beat Gomst over the back of the head with his bottle.
Okay.
Of whiskey or.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of rush into the room, and the goes, you like, oh, fuck, as you try and shoot at him, and Gomst hears that there's someone else, and he kind of blindly points the gun in Hans' direction. He's gonna shoot off a shot. That's weird, Nugabert. I don't know about that. He rolled a 32, which is going to be a shot on Hans, as he just kind of blind fires, but he's got an excellent sense of hearing, and so he's gonna roll a d10. Oh man, minimum damage. Ooh. So least damage possible. So this just kind of like grazes into your shoulder, and the bullet obviously doesn't stick within it. It just kind of flies past, just kind of cutting you along the way. So Albert, what are you doing here, my friend?
I'm gonna grab whatever was in my pockets of the change, and I'll throw it like at the wall near him. Try to get him to focus there instead.
Nice. Okay. So I guess you could roll me. Let's see what ability would be appropriate for this one. Albert. This isn't really a distract, is it? I guess you could just roll me a quick dex, just to, kind of distract him, be mobile enough to pull that off. That could work. Let me know what you get here. This viewer decision is excellent, by the way, chat. Thank you. If you haven't voted yet, I'll drop a straw poll one last time for you guys. Yes.
Hey!
Oh, nice, nice. So he like turns and pops off a third shot in the direction that you've kind of like tricked him, you duped him into shooting in. Anything else that you want to do? You've probably got a chance to punch him here. He's kind of left his flank exposed.
I'll wave to Jane and then point out the door for her to leave.
Okay, yeah, she's running. Perfect. So, yeah, she just like rushes straight out along. She takes the safe with her, to her credit. Okay, bugger. So, Hans, do you want to bottle him?
Yeah, he's sort of doing this, panic, not angry, so he doesn't really. Yeah. Fighting brawl, I guess.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, that worked well.
Roll for bottle. Absolutely. We'll give it like a D4 damage on a bottle, I suppose.
So he sort of runs up. Oh Christ! Yeah. Don't. No, not back.
Nice.
Across the back of the head.
Nice. You successfully knock out Gomst with the bottle as it just smashes on his head. There are 3 bullets embedded around this room as Jane has fled out with a scream, leaving Albert and Hans left alone in this room, this dark room with Gomst, his unconscious body at the moment. He's not dead, of course, but there are like shards of glass stuck into his head and nice bruise forming under his chin and nice cuts as well.
Right. So Hans, falls down. Hans turns to Albert and sort of just grabs, his shirt. It's like, where the fuck are you?
And as you like down Gomst, that you hear this unknowable, unexplainable, pitched kind of scream, like a horrific being from fantasy stories or bedtime stories that are told to shut kids up, and you hear this kind of screaming out from the distance.
I think that both of us would be looking at the direction at the same time, like in the movies. Like,
Yeah.
It came from the distance somewhere, and Jane kind of rushes back into the room. What was that?
I don't know.
What the fuck did you do? What the fuck did you do? What did you do? You were in here. This ain't got the place for the books. What the fuck you do?
All right, let's go back. I'll try to look around to see if there's any rope or any clothing that I could like start tying Gump up with.
There's his own clothing, I suppose. I mean, he doesn't
Sure.
really. There's not really like any rope around that he has, or any like clothing as such that he has in this place.
Strip him, gag him, and put him in a stew.
Just like Samwise told me.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll strip him, tie his hands up, and then like cover his ears with something.
Okay. So yeah, that probably take you a few minutes. And just as you finish doing that, you hear this rumbling sound again, coming, but it feels like it's closer. You can't be sure. And Jane is like, "What is that? What is that? Who is this man?" And she points at Templar Hands.
Okay.
Jesus Christ Almighty!
Hans.
It's a demon. Right, it's demons.
Hans, take his gun. Take Jane and go to the mansion. I'll be right behind you, and I'll give him the gun and the bullets.
Yeah, he'll take the gun.
Don't worry.
Mansion.
Don't worry.
Right, and he'll basically grab Jane by like the back of the neck and pull her out of the room. Just cut right, Christ. And sort of start dragging her without, if she's struggling, he will still keep, Yeah, Christ.
She's coming with you. She's like, oh god, and running.
Yeah. And he'll be dragging basically, going heading straight for the mansion. Yep.
Yeah. So you rush out immediately with Jane, leaving Albert behind.
I'll put Gums under the desk, put the chair where it should be, and then follow suit.
Okay. So both of you guys roll me strength, just to get away as fast as humanly possible.
Hey,
Is there a
33.
strength? What do you roll for that strength?
Yeah, strength. In fact, an endurance would work for me as well.
All right, there's a strength. I forgot where it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shite.
So, Albert, good from you?
Yeah, it's 31 out of 80.
Nice, but not so good from Hans.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a woman.
Yeah, you got it.
it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're dragging a woman with you. She's running, of course, but you know she's not quite as fast as you are. She's wearing these awfully, like not helpful shoes at the moment that are kind of like slowing her down. She trips up a few times. She's every heroine in a horror movie running from a creature. She falls over at least twice at any given point, and she's really slowing you down. And in fact, Albert, you overtake them as you know you're running past them.
I'll stop, literally pick her up with the chest, and run towards the mansion and say, come on, let's go.
All right. So you guys rush in towards the mansion just as the other grows louder behind you, and you feel like it's right on your heels, your very heels at this point, as you rush up towards the mansion carrying Jane and fleeing for your very lives. Now, as you bust open into the mansion, you guys, what's the first thing you do as you rush inside? Because Albert's going to be the first
I'll put her
one.
down.
Yeah, you throw her down.
I'll rush in, put her down, and if Hans is gonna like turn around, close the door, I'm gonna grab something and barricade it.
Nice.
Right. Yeah, Hans would you help in this, and what he do is to take her, sort of put her, basically where where you put earthquakes and such. So earthquake protection, like I can't remember where they told me to go during earthquakes, but
Under the
basically
table?
Under the
put
table,
her
I think,
under a table
Yeah,
or
under the
or
table.
somewhere safe, and you stay there, and then get back and help Albert. Yeah.
All right. Okay. And thank you to Screw the End for following. Welcome to the event, my friend, a gentleman and a scholar. Screw it.
Screw it, we're all dead.
Screw it. So you begin to barricade the entrance just as the growling gets even louder, and you hear a battering on the door, and you begin to brace against the door and against this pretty powerful force. Roll me an endurance here to kind of hold out against this creature, whatever it is.
Oh no! How much is your endurance?
I'm not sure how great Hans's is.
Oh no!
It's okay.
It's okay.
Wait, where is it?
Is that endurance or education? No, wait,
Oh no, that's education.
Yeah, no, he's very educated at keeping
Very
the doors.
educated.
He's good. He is educated at keeping doors closed because he was.
He took the
said
door
this.
course, which is
Yeah, he took the door course. Where is it?
maybe. Never remind myself. I am nuclear shoots as well, so maybe I'm fucking around.
Constitution size.
Let's roll
Appearance,
Constitution. Yeah, you're right. Let's
Power,
roll
maybe.
Constitution.
Oh, okay.
Let's do that, just to hold out.
And I failed.
Hey.
Nice.
Aw.
Good job.
Rest in peace, Hans.
Good night, sweet prince. However, Albert's holding it strong now. Well, 18, pretty damn successful. Whereas that's just a slight, 1 degree of failure there. So as you're kind of like holding out, Hans is losing his strength. He's been asleep for a long time, and also he's a drunk, which doesn't really do you a lot of favors. when it comes to the health department. However, Albert is a strong guy, and he's holding out against this creature, just kind of battering dong 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 against your door with a
Gun.
constantly.
Telling Hans, gun, and I'll try to keep it as closed as possible.
Nice.
How, military training, what would it be? Is there windows?
There are windows.
They're like facing the front, so
Yeah,
he could go to He'll basically go to the window and just panic fire whatever is out there, and I guess he would maybe see it or not. I don't know.
Alright.
No.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Fader, tell him straight for following. Welcome to the event, my friend. A gentleman and a scholar. Well, the fog is thick enough to obscure the creature's very face and identity to you, but you can see his huge shambling form beating away at the door. It must have many arms. It's probably at least 10 feet tall, and is fairly gigantic. However, it's not quite enough to roll a sanity check just yet. You'd have to really get a good look at this thing in order to trigger a roll, most likely. But feel free to take a shot.
Right, taking a shot, because Charles has his rifle.
Yeah. God
yeah,
knows where they are right now.
No, who knows? Hey, it's finally a success.
Nice.
Hey.
You got damage on that one?
7 damage.
Nice. Yeah, you fire off the shot, kind of, not wanting to really open your eyes and look at this thing in great detail for fear of what you might see. But you do pop off this shot, and it kind of crackles out with a bang, resonating once again through Albert and Hans' ears, and you hear this kind of sound coming from the door, and the resistance that Albert is getting at this point kind of slackens off as the creature takes damage from Hams's bullet, and you see it begin to kind of slouch away from the door and begin to prowl around to the other side of the house.
Oh no.
It's wounded for sure, but it's by no means dead.
It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
Gone,
He sort of
gone where?
crushes against the wall and slumps down. It's gone. It's gone.
Gone where?
It's gone. It's gone. He's just got to keep saying that until
I'll go to Jane and tell her, okay,
Okay.
go to the east wing. Stay there. Go to any room in the east wing. Hopefully he'll. No. You gotta stay here.
Okay,
Stay
what?
here. Stay here.
Should I stay here?
Yeah, stay here with us.
Okay. Is it gone?
It's gone.
I don't know.
It's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
Hans, calm down. Calm down. Did you hit it?
Yeah. It bleeds. Bleeds. Yes. 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 Yes, sir. Yes, I shot it. Yes, sir.
Okay. Do we have a back door?
You're pretty sure you got a back door out into a garden area. Yeah. You got a lot of windows too.
Do I hear any sound from the outside?
You'd have to get closer. It's a pretty huge mansion with some pretty thick walls. You heard it kind of shambling off with a thud, dum, dum. But
I'll go to the kitchen.
yeah. Okay, you head into the kitchen. Thank you to Skinner for following as well. A gentleman and a scholar. What's up, Balara? Hope you die in a horrible way with love, but horrible anyways. I appreciate that. Yeah, you go into the kitchen and you look out from the window there, out peering into the darkness, looking for whatever might be there, whatever might be out there. You see a little outlying shed, which is probably used for gardening. But a kitchen door looks safe right now. But there are a lot of other doors in this mansion.
Oh no. What kind of doors would there also be for a mansion?
Off the top of your head, there's a real back entrance door, which would be the kind of like servant's entrance. And that's at the very back of the house. Yeah, you're in the kind of, I guess the east side of the house with the kitchen, that door, and then you've got the front door. And then you think you saw another door somewhere, but you're not entirely sure where that is now that you think about it.
I'll go to the servants' door
Yeah.
and see if there are any sounds, and if there are, I'll barricade it too, with something that's next to it, the door.
Okay. Hans, what are you doing at this point?
Yeah, Hans, military mode, he would have recovered. So yeah, he would have recovered, checked his gun. He would have again checked out the window. Nothing there but fog. Yes.
Yeah.
Then he'll go back to. Yeah, right. So Jane is still in the area where he is, right?
Yeah, she's still with you.
Okay.
What
Right.
was that thing?
Don't know. Don't ask. Right. Get bar.
Bar.
He grabs her and basically pulls her to the bar, and he starts basically taking the alcohols, the bottles, unscrewing the top, looking for handkerchiefs, things that he can light. He's going to try and basically make some explosives.
Some Molotovs. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I don't exactly know the quite correct process, but he's going to try and make explosives out of alcohol.
I mean, yeah, I think it's a fairly simple one. Yeah. So okay, you start making those with Jane. Albert, you use whatever bits you can to prop up the servants' entrance when you hear a bang from back where the kitchen was. Real boom.
Run all the way back.
Yeah.
And just slam into the door to not let it in.
Yeah. You don't actually see the creature as you rush back in and like hold the door. You see instead some kind of, on the other side of the kitchen door, a slimy, sticky black substance which is covering up the window frame itself, almost blacking out the window so that you can't see through it. And then you hear a dong back from on one of the windows in the lounge area. And as you look at that, you realize that the same kind of sticky ichor has been placed, almost like projectile shot onto that window, and then another dong, and one by one each window is being blacked out by the creature with this sticky substance.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And I'll run back to where they were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Would I have heard this from?
Yeah, you would have heard similar kind of thuds against the window panes, and you see one by one each of these windows just being kind of covered in this almost like tar-like material, including the front door.
Okay. Oh Christ! In his beast. Right. And now he sort of backs away from the windows. Jane behind him. He's gonna grab a couple of the the roughly made explosives, and and fire his pistol basically at one of the windows.
Nice. What's your favorite? Trillic for following, and Gentleman and the Scholar. Yeah. Okay. So you fire at the one window and it kind of cracks open.
On the creature. Yeah.
Yeah. Worth noting, I guess, the ammo count that Gomst had. He'd fired 3 shots. Let's say he's got like 10 in the chamber. So you got another 6 left after you do that. Or I don't know how many he's got in the chamber or however many he has in like the magazine, but he has a total of 10. So you can probably start reloading them. I'm not familiar with 1922 weaponry. It's pretty much smaller ammo capacity than that, I'm guessing. But who fucking cares? Thank the Lolo stick for following a Gentleman and a Scholar. Some fucking nerd in chat will tell us. But yeah, you fire at the window, it cracks, and there's like a crack that you can look out of. You kind of
Is
shatter
this-
the pane.
So is there still like the black inky stuff there?
Where you have shot the oozy inky stuff is gone, so you can look out.
Yeah, he'll keep Jane back, take like a reassuring breath. Step forward. Can he see anything to shoot?
No. As you look out, there's nothing immediately to shoot there, only mists. But you do hear a kind of dum, 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 as you hear the creature continuing to walk around the mansion.
Right. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Yeah, he was going to again sort of drag Jane. He's not going to be shouting for Albert, but he's going to be looking for Albert. Yeah.
Okay. Albert, you hear hands calling for you.
I'll run to him.
Yeah. Right. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. There's black shit on the windows. Black shit on the windows.
I saw them too. That there were a few over there, and I point at the kitchen.
There were hairs too. Down, up. Down, up. Oh,
I'll look at the chest that Jane has. Was it locked the entire time, or is it open?
It does appear to be opened. I found it.
Well, what is it?
It was daughter's date of birth.
Daughter's date of... Why does that sound familiar?
Anyway, there's files inside. Look.
Anyway.
She opens up. They kind of opens up the safe, and there's a bunch of like files and papers in here. There are maps. This can lead us down into the tunnels.
Oh no. Okay.
tunnels.
This is good. This is good. The tunnels.
Wait. What do you mean you saw tunnels? What do you mean you saw tunnels, Hans?
You gone. You went there. They went there. Tunnel. The hole with them, with the creatures. With the creatures, we shot the creatures. We went down. But she didn't die. She didn't die down there. But there were tunnels. There were tunnels going elsewhere. There were tunnels going somewhere. Tunnels going somewhere.
Okay, well, at least now we know where the tunnels connect.
Yeah. But how?
How do we get to the others?
What others?
Where are they? I don't know. They're gone. They're gone.
What do you mean they're gone?
Don't know.
Jane, we have 3, 4. Was it 3 or 4? We have 3 more. Hold on, I'm.
You had a baby, but
Yeah, 3
rip.
more. 3 more. Oh right, 4. Yeah, we have 4 other people around. There's Afe, Charlie, and Nick, and the baby.
Baby's gone. Baby's dead. Baby's dead. But
Oh,
baby's dead in the hole. We need to
I'll
go
look
to
at
the hole.
Hans and say, "What do you mean, baby's dead?"
Down the hole. Down the hole. Beast fed, eaten. Don't no. Right.
Anyway, well, now we know where the tunnels are and where they connect. Now all we need to do is get rid of the high priestess and get tail out of there.
Right.
Thanks to Wormperm for following as well. A gentleman and a scholar.
I actually kind of missed that last sentence. Oh, sorry. Could you repeat that?
Oh, I was saying, we gotta get the high priestess and get our tail.
But
What's the term? Tail out of there.
Get our
yeah.
tails.
Yeah, hightail it.
Hightail
Hightail
it,
out of there.
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, hightail out of there.
But we can't get her. Can't get her. The monster can't get her. Can't get her. She can't die. Can't die. Can't die. What? Can't just go. Go. Just leave. Just go. The monster. Yeah. Not getting anything sane out of this guy.
Okay.
What does he mean? What does he mean? The baby's dead. What does he mean by that?
I don't know.
How?
Maybe I really don't know.
Baby still went down the hole.
is
Went
he
down the hole. Got eaten.
Is
Got
he
eaten.
okay?
Eaten.
He doesn't seem
he's-
okay.
No.
He's been like
No,
this
no.
for a few days already.
Oh my god.
Right. Kill the monster. Go to the hole.
Why do we have
go.
to kill the priestess? That can't be done, surely. Can't kill a priestess.
Yeah, no. Just kill monster.
We should at least find the exit so that we know. And then you hear a boom on the back door, the very back door, like on a servant's entrance, and another boom as well.
Okay.
Something's coming in.
Yeah, Hans is going to hand at least, well, I don't know how many of the things he made, but some to Albert, some to Jane, and he's going to get, put his pistol away, get out his lighter, which he, and so he can light them. All right. We go. It's inside. We go that way. He points, at the, inside, out at the front door, and we go. Front, church, hole. In the hole, in the round, there's monsters in this baby. No, nothing down there. We go, tunnels.
There's another boom, 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 and it's attacking quite like rhythmically now and much more ferociously. Boom, boom, boom.
Jane,
What do we do? What do we do?
do you know where the ruins are?
The church? The church?
Yeah,
Meet
to
us
front.
there.
Okay.
I'll
can't-
hold like all of the Molotovs and aim it downwards, and say,
Uh-huh.
Hans, once this thing comes in, throw the Molotovs everywhere. Everything that's flammable.
All burns. All burns.
We don't have anything of importance in here, right?
No. Bad place. Everything burns. Cleansing. He starts flicking the lighter.
All
Okay.
right, let's burn this place to the ground.
She starts running.
Yeah, I guess we would open the door for her to run or something. Yeah. We'll find
Yeah. She kind of like stops and says, "Be careful. Meet me there."
Go
Will
down
do.
in the hole.
She takes the papers. She leaves the actual safe behind, but she takes the contents of it with her, and runs out into the darkness, leaving Albert and Hans alone. And after the boom, boom, boom on the back door, there's this kind of rippling, ricocheting sound of a door busting open from the back servant's entrance, and there's no more huge bangs on the door anymore as you feel it finally give way and you hear it. Now, where you guys are from the front entrance, you have to kind of turn a corner to look down a long corridor, and at the end of that corridor will be whatever has come through the door. Now, you guys have a few seconds amongst yourselves before you guys are having to face this creature, but you hear it kind of dum, dum,
Alright.
dum, walking in towards you guys.
Lighting the things.
Light all of them. Just every single
Light
one
all
of them.
the things.
All of the things. All the
things, yeah.
Molotovs.
And sort of, sort of, he's gonna light one and then sort of light one and then toss it to like the side of the room where, something wooden or a curtain where things can start catching.
Sure.
There'll still be a couple, yeah.
Okay, so there's the sounds of fires beginning to burn as you torch the first Molotov into the area. Albert, what are you doing?
With one of the lit Molotovs, I'm gonna throw it at the bookshelf.
Okay.
If there's a bookshelf
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
room.
It just kind of goes up as you lob the other Molotov on it, and you hear the thudding sounds getting closer, like dum, dum, and the sounds coming
I'll
very
shout-
close now.
I'll start shouting, "Get over here, you filthy animal!" And I'll throw the Molotov at where the sound was.
Nice. Are you gonna turn to look at it?
I'll have to.
Yeah. All right then. Roll
I'm
me
okay
a
with it.
sanity check first of all.
Pretty sure Hans would have done that as well. So.
All right, sanity check for Hans.
Yeah. Oh, we're so bad.
Oh.
We are the
Alright.
least sane of
I
the
gotta,
entire party.
I gotta check something because
Sure.
I need to check the rules for luck.
Okay, good idea. Your sanity
Oh.
will go down to 10 unless you've got something for it. And Templar, what's Hans looking at here?
I'm using an inspiration on this one, just
Good idea.
need it. Doesn't help much.
Doesn't help at
Oh,
all,
man.
actually. Doesn't help at all.
But we had some spare inspiration, so I might as well burn them before we die.
Why not? Yeah, why not? I mean, that makes sense, right? So I'll remind you guys as well at this point, whilst we're looking up some rules, that we are quite close to a viewer decision. When we hit 20 followers today, you guys get to decide anything which happens next in our campaign. Maybe you could save these guys, maybe you doom them. You decide. If you haven't followed, go ahead and join us and save or doom our poor adventurers here today.
I didn't even know there was a luck mechanic.
Yeah, it actually says you can spend luck points to close the gap between your roll and the required amount. So you're not far off there, Albert. You're not far off at all. You're only 2 away. So if you got a little bit of luck, you might want to spend it. And
Nope, doesn't work on sanity rolls.
oh, ripperoni.
Makes sense.
Makes
Didn't want
sense.
us to give you easy ways out of Centros.
Right. Right. Yeah, you turn to look at it, and you see this gibbering aberration before you with a multitude of arms and a few tentacles pouring out from there as well that end in strange hooves as well. There seems to be some kind of similarity, at the very least, to the black goat that you saw previously. On almost every available surface there are eyes that are looking out of you. Some of them are open, some of them are closed, some of them have been sewn shut by some kind of seamstress that's been at work at this creature, which stands at least 10 feet tall and crushes all of the wooden panels on your lovely mansion as you go. It seems to not enjoy the fire, however, as it's burning around. It seems to be avoiding that as it's raggedy tufts of fur are beginning to burn up and melt, and from this huge throaty sack which kind of comes down almost like a what's the creature, something like a turkey's kind of you know how they have that like thing that comes out of their neck.
The waddle?
Yeah, the waddle. Yeah, good
Yeah.
word. It has this big kind of like sack from which drips this black ichor. The strange gunk which has been all around the mansion and all on the windows. And as you see this creature, a couple of things happen. Both of you guys go insane for momentary insanity as you see a creature which simply should not exist. And you guys have seen some pretty rough things at this point already, but this is possibly one of the worst ones because it's about to eat you and kill you. A terror takes hold of you guys, which is unlike any terror that you've ever known before. Even for, Hans, who's served in the armed forces, and he's seen some pretty scary stuff. Nothing really compares. The Waddleicker. The thing which happens to you guys as you just stare into the unknowable is, first of all, you drop whatever you're holding, so your burning Molotov cocktails fall down to your feet and begin igniting the wooden floorboards around you. And Secondly, Kill by Heart gives Templar his monthly surge, so Templar, if you'd roll a d10,000, that would be perfect.
Because surges are...
Yeah, and then as the fire begins to burn up your guys' legs, you run. Because there is nothing that you can do to kill this creature. Nothing that you believe that you have power to do would be able to bring any kind of pain or suffering to this creature. It's terrible. So I'll look this one up for you, Templar. 1417, my friend, and I'll see how I can play this one into the game here. 1417. Caster only needs to eat during alternating weeks. Okay, so something strange happens to Hans. I mean, he's gone completely insane. He basically exists off of alcohol anyway, and maybe that's why, you know, he's gonna eat a lot next week, but this week he's just gonna down that liquor and be fine.
There isn't going to be a next week.
There's no good. There won't be a Shire. Yeah. So I'm going to roll a d4 of burning damage, and that's going to continue to burn on you guys until you manage to put it out. Oh, 4.
No.
That's max. So unfortunately for you guys, the burning from the Molotovs that you drop around you, which begins to seep up your legs, is really, really painful. It's kind of cooking you guys from the inside. And as you just run in terror, your legs are being blistered and heated with some pretty nasty burns as you run out into the fog. You feel the creature hot on your heels.
Oh, it's chasing after us?
It's chasing after you.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it actually bursts through the front of the house. It's actually too big to get through the front door, and you must imagine that in the back entrance must be a similar state right now, as its whole form pulls itself through the front door and stretches, and finally the strength of the creature bursts open the actual door frame itself. And breaks it, and it kind of pulls itself forward almost like an orangutan might, with these strong, powerful 2 front arms, and it's kind of like hunched like a gorilla, and it just pulls itself through, and you hear this huge like scratching and then like explosion of wood as it splinters out around you guys, leaving you running through the night. Now your temporary insanity is over by the time that you're out into the streets. Albert, what's the first thing that you're doing?
Stop, drop, and roll as much as I can.
Okay. So, yeah, you take a few seconds to stop, drop, and then roll around. That puts out the fire. However, at the same time, the creature is getting closer to you because you're taking that time. What about Hans?
Could he help put Albert's the fire on Albert out? Could that, you know, help it get done quicker so Albert can get up and run quicker?
Sure.
Well, aren't you on fire too?
You're also on fire.
Yes, he's on fire, but fuck it, he's...
Well, I'll help you put out the fire too.
But
you stop, drop, and roll one another. You just pat each other's legs.
Yeah. You take a moment for quick, not homosexual patting.
Quick, give me your thighs. What? Just do it. So you exchange legs and pat one another's as you buying yourself. Well, and in fact. Sacrificing precious time as the creature is going towards you, about 20 feet away at this point. All right, you're running.
Oh god! Fuck! Run!
Running. Roll me a Constitution to pull away from this living nightmare, which has invaded your dreams and become born into the world. It's gonna be a good roll you want to use here. If you've got any inspirations, now would be the time to do it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, inspiration.
All right, that's it.
But like Hans is like he is ready to be. You know the joke that's like you only need to be faster than I think I failed both of those. You only need to be
Oh,
faster than your
baby.
friend to escape a hungry bear. He's
Yep.
going to be the slow friend on purpose.
You are right. So you're are you like sacrificing yourself in a way to let Albert escape?
Yes, he would do
Alright.
that. You know, it's his team. You know, squad mates. They win.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you know, he's still probably trying to run. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, of course,
But,
yeah. But staying behind him on purpose. So
No, I'm not gonna make that. I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm gonna turn around and punch the motherfucker in the face, in the multiple eyes.
you're gonna punch hands, or you're gonna punch the creature?
I'm gonna punch the creature.
We're
Shut
just like,
up,
okay,
run.
shit, fuck this, turn around and just like, close our eyes and do whatever the fuck
I'm not
we can.
losing my buddy. I ain't losing my buddy, man.
All right. So what we see the scene of this creature just pulling itself forwards after Albert and Hans in the dark streets of Cthulhu Isle, as Hans are kind of falling behind in order to buy Albert some time in order to escape to the ruins where he'll find Jane and maybe they can escape. But Albert sees what he's doing and turns back and pushes himself towards the creature in order to assault it. How close are you going to get to this thing? Because it's like 20 feet away from you, so you could just try and pull Hands away. You don't necessarily have to fight the creature toe-to-toe at this point.
Yeah.
But in a few seconds, it will be upon you guys unless you run.
No, I'm gonna punch that
Yeah,
motherfucker in the
Hans
face.
is gonna shoot it.
All right.
We're standing our ground, and this time I'm gonna use my fucking luck. And I have
Alright.
fucking 80.
All
I don't
right.
even know how luck works, so I don't have any of it. So, but I will use the last inspiration to shoot the thing because
Alright.
that's what you do, even
Let's
though it's
see it.
useless.
Ooh.
Well, both
Whoa.
successes.
All
So
right.
that's a hit and damage.
I
don't know
gotta
if it counts.
check how much luck points can I use, because if there is no determined number, I want to use as much as I can.
All right.
Where's 99?
Let's see it. So that is a success. Damn, and that damage. Oh, just didn't actually. It's very nice indeed for Hands. Let's see what Albert's got here. So a shot just kind of like fires out into the night towards the creature, and it kind of, and you feel it just kind of like, it can't shrug off the pain this time. You hear it go, and it slows down, it's still coming towards you, but you feel like a stop in its gait. Its normal kind of like lurching pull is slowed down due to the bullet, which has found its way deep into the creature's tissue.
Alright, that's fine.
Fire. No, we don't. We didn't. No. I did get put out. I can help. Yes. But we're all dead.
Alright, 1d3 plus 1d4. Hey.
Nice. So Albert, you punch the creature, and you give it what for? As you just kind of like slam your fist into the beast. So take another 4. All right. He is gonna slam back at you with a tentacle, ending in this cloven hoof, which jams you right in the nozzle for 4 damage. And it just kind of like slams this thing back into you. You can feel that it's wounded, but it just smashes back in your face, kind of like breaking your nose and pushing you back. And you hear a scream from Jane, as clearly she hasn't ran quite as far as you'd like her to have done, and she's kind of like looking back from further down the alley, screaming as she sees you take this hit. It's also going to attack you again with another one for an 11, which is another hit, giving you...
100. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're all doing 100s. And
How's it keep from
9 damage is given to Albert with the second one.
Question.
Yes.
When we started this specific session,
Yeah.
would I have to be full health?
Yeah, we'll give you full health for the start of this session.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fine with me. So that's what 9, 4.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm at 0. So regardless of what I do, I am now at 0.
Brilliant. So
I don't think I'm dead though.
no, you're not dead at 0. So so Albert takes one of these tentacles into the face, and the other then comes back in to kind of punch him in the gut, and just stops him dead in his tracks. So you see Albert just fall unconscious as it gets its kind of tentacle onto him, and you see him just falling backwards. Hans, what are you doing?
He would have heard Jane screaming, so he's like, "Just fucking run, bitch!" I mean,
Savage.
sorry, and then he sort of turns back to, this he sees Albert go down. It's like, fuck you, and he's just got to basically stand his ground and shoot the rest of his bullets until he runs out, until this goes click.
All right.
Yeah, if you looked into his eyes, there is nothing there. He's pretty much mentally dead as well.
Gotcha.
So,
That's
but he's
always
going to
good.
shoot this thing. It's a fail.
Oh, buddy. Yep. No cigar.
No cigar. No, he doesn't have his death cigar. God damn it.
Ah, if only. If only.
He lights it on his own leg.
So yeah. So yeah, you miss with the handgun, looking to the hands gun. Yes. Looking to shoot the creature, but unfortunately for him, it just goes wide due to the insanity, the drunkenness, the horrors of the night, and you hear Jane running. To her credit, she's off, but Albert there is unconscious, and the beast is just kind of like steps over Albert with a lurch, and looks straight at Hans, and Hans is facing down the beast. You've got another chance to fire at this creature, Hans. You better make it a good one.
He's going to pray and shoot.
All right. Oh
my God, that's an extreme.
That's an
extreme. There we go.
Oh my God, yes.
Nice. So
Hallelujah, God bless us.
with praying works, you see. So tell me how you wound this creature, Hans. What do you do?
He's gonna sort of wound the creature. I mean, it's something. He's gonna shoot it. Sort of shoot it in one of the eyes, and it just goes.
Nice.
Yeah, he has the thing against eyes.
Yeah, that makes sense. You see this black goo just like spill out from the juicy, destroyed eye, and you hear the creature just go, and you feel like it's really, really wounded, and it just begins to sink backwards away from you two, and withdraws backwards from the street, kind of keeping an eye on you as it goes, and it keeps like a hand over its face to protect itself as it kind of stumbles backwards, and you feel the agony and pain of this creature as it is heading back, escaping from you, and disappears down into a dark alleyway, leaving Hans and Albert alone.
There's nothing left of Hans, though. I mean, he's sort of. Yeah, he doesn't actually, like, it's gone, and it takes him a while to, just come back to reality after facing down basically this, whatever the fuck it was. So for a while, he's just like, for a while, Albert is dying next to him.
Yeah.
And then he'll sort of click back in, dropped his gun. He shot in anger. He's realized that as well, which is a horrible, horrible thing.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's just he wasn't allowed to shoot in anger. It was the wild magic.
What was the wild magic surge?
I think it was just like he is not allowed to, no, he's absolutely convinced something bad will happen.
Yeah,
when he
he's
shoots his
convinced
gun in
terrible
anger.
things will happen.
He is still, yeah. I mean, he's fucking shitting himself. I don't know if he comprehends this a bit any more than he needs to. But automatic grabs Albert, fireman carry to there's no character in there. It's just sort of a blind automatic robotic thing. He picks Albert on his shoulders. He's wounded. He's on fire. He's been shot. He's been smashed in the face. Well, he actually hasn't been smashed in the face. But yeah, Albert carried on his shoulder, fireman style, and he just sort of marches towards the rubble,
Okay.
the church.
So, Albert, some point during this journey, you kind of stifle yourself back into consciousness, and you feel like your nose is bleeding and is broken, and it's kind of going into that. It's gone from that like jabbing pain by the time that Hans gets to the ruins into that kind of like numb pain that if it's touched, it's incredibly painful. But you seem to be okay. The rest of you feels like absolute shit. You feel like Magus.
I guess what you could say is what goes around comes around.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, now we know there is a karmic balance.
Oh my god, this is a character epiphany. All right, I'm gonna read something that I wrote.
Okay.
It's perfect of what just happened.
Okay.
Ideology beliefs. I believe that everything I have done in life was because of karma. I have done so much for everybody and karma rewarded me. I believe in this idea.
Oh, man.
I got fucked by karma.
You did.
For punching an old lady in the face.
You did. It's true. It's true.
Oh,
Albert
this is
believes
perfect.
it. Yeah.
This is perfect.
I feel like Hans hates women. He's certainly having a tough time right now.
He's not very good. No,
He's
not very good with women. No.
He's finding it hard to be PC when there's a giant gibbering monster.
Yeah, if anyone has a problem with that, I'm sorry. I'm just trying. He is also a raging racist. Just so you know.
Yeah, it's 1922. Welcome to the world.
That's why he has such a problem with these three others.
So, Albert, you come around and you're in the ruins by the looks of things, and Jane is here also. She rushes over. She sees you, you two here, and she says, "Is he okay? Is he alive?"
No, Ma, I don't want some lasagna.
Okay. Very little answer. Yes, sir. And he sort of takes him off, flies him on the ground, and you basically go straight to triage.
Yeah.
You know, emergency first aid.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing what he can figure out is wrong, seeing what he can do.
Yeah. I mean, Hans has fixed plenty of broken noses in the past. So
yeah, extreme. Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
extreme.
yeah, there you
Nice.
go, perfect. So you can patch him up pretty well. I'll let you roll a d6 here for some wounds to get recovered.
Right.
To Albert and Jane's helping out as well. You know, he's
Yeah.
back on 5, Albert. So Jane's helping out as well, and she's got like a few bandages with her and stuff like that. And you know, Albert, you go from that weird woozy, dizzy state to kind of back to reality and the horrors that you've just seen. Is that thing gone? Is it dead?
What happened?
No, sir. It's coming back, sir.
Could I start like patting myself down to see how much they've patched me up?
Yeah, they've done a pretty good job. A better job than you'd be able to do. To yourself, probably, you know.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
I mean, like, it's one thing applying medicine to someone else, but, like, self-application is, you know, easier for Hans to wrap things up than yourself, probably, and,
Yeah.
That's why Hans doesn't tend to himself.
yeah.
Oh, no, he would. No, automatically would after he's made sure that both Jane and Albert are
Okay,
okay.
Oh, okay. Then I'll patch Hans up.
okay. You're exchanging
Roll first
legs,
aid.
you're patting each other down. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Can we have
There we
some
go.
smooth jazz?
it's a real bromance, isn't it, with you guys?
Used
You
to
like
hate each other. Well, I
jazz?
used to hate him, but
Yeah.
you know, he can throw a good punch and you know stands up to fucking whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah. He's got gained some respect after that last bout there.
Yeah.
And Jane says, well, if it's coming back, we should go as soon as possible. I found the maps. Should lead us there. But your friends, I mean, if we don't know where they are, then we can't stay for them. Maybe we can come back if we find a way and it's safe, but I mean, that's your prerogative, not mine.
Okay. I
Hans, it's your call.
don't leave the team. Stick with the squad.
Stick with the squad. Okay.
Yes, sir.
then we should go scout ahead to see if the coast is clear and
Okay.
if the path is right, and then we can come back for our friends.
Okay. Okay.
Sir.
That's a good idea. It's a good idea. All right. And the rope is still there down into the tunnels, and so she starts taking the rope downwards, and I imagine you guys follow.
Yep.
Cool.
Hans would go first.
All right, I'll go first. Sure.
Okay.
You can help her now.
He's,
Then I'll go second and let her go last.
Cool. She gets eaten before she gets down the rope, but yeah. So yeah, I'll remind you guys is into our second hour here on the Call of Cthulhu show. That if you are new to the adventure, go ahead and hit that follow button and join us, because in just a few followers' time, you guys get to decide anything which happens next to our poor hapless investigators here as they head down into the tunnels of doom. I mean the tunnels of goodness.
I mean, we're going from doom to doom, so
Yeah,
I
I mean,
really don't see the problem here.
Out of the
guys.
doom pot into the fire. Yeah.
Make it worse.
Make it worse, guys, if you can. Also, here's the tweet for you guys. At 30 retweets, we'll have another viewer decision and one new subscriber or patron, and the same thing will happen. So, you guys head down into the tunnels. It's real nice down here. The bodies of the ghouls are, of course, down here. Along with, as you head even further down, you get down into those hot, bubbling pools. And
Oh.
go ahead.
Did I see
More
the baby?
healing sessions then.
Yes,
Did I see the baby?
Albert. You, in fact, not where the, it's actually not where the ghouls are, but as you head down into the bubbling cavern, then yes, the baby is there, you know, wrapped up. But it's one glance for Albert, and you know the child is no longer alive.
Well, there goes my promise of protecting everybody.
Protect who's alive. And just,
What was that?
You know, yeah, Hans is always like, yeah, the protect who's alive, and you know, keeps walking.
Jane looks at her. What the hell happened?
I don't know. Hans, do you know what happened to the baby?
Effie threw her down. Yeah, and there's like no emotion in this. It's like, yeah, just, yeah, this is what happened.
What? Wait, what? Why? Why did she do that?
Why would she do? Why would
Sid
she
was
do that?
talking to her.
You're all insane, aren't you?
I'll start like
She-
walking towards where we're supposed to go, just completely baffled of how Afe is crazy.
Do you? Is there actually an Ivy, or is Hans? Is he? Are you sure he didn't?
No. We have one of our friends. Her name is Afe, and what Hans is saying is that she threw the baby down.
Why would she do that? Why? Why would that be something she did?
It was talking to her.
Do you hear voices too, Hans?
Not
Ye-
anymore.
Okay. She looks like really suspiciously at Hans. She totally thinks that Hans did this.
I'm just like, no. Haven't asked him yet.
I'll
That's-
ask her. I'll ask herself. Let's go.
I don't think
check.
I want to meet her. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, let's go.
Dingoes ate my baby.
Moment hasn't shown up, and we're turning him into this evil character.
Oh man. I
This is
mean,
what
she's
happens when you.
all about being a witch. Like, You know, I was talking about her. She's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I've got witches stuff, and I'm killing
yeah, yeah.
babies. She's loving it.
The thing is, if this hadn't happened to Hans, they probably would have tried trying to kill her next.
Yeah, it's possible, isn't it? So you head deeper down into the caverns, past the bubbling hot pools, and the tunnels lead you down quite some time. Better part of a few hours, by your estimation. It's hard to track time down here, of course, and seeing as your timepieces don't work either, seeing as they're just spinning around in circles, that's not particularly useful. Who's leading the way?
Hans.
Okay.
And then I think it would be Jane then me, so I can
Sure.
like keep an
Keep
eye
an eye
on
on
behind
her.
all of us. Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
more like behind all of us.
sure, okay. Yeah, she'd definitely get eaten if you weren't watching her because she's a heroine in a horror movie. So
No, I'm surprised she didn't die when she went off alone. To be honest.
she's done well so far. She's outlived
done
her
well.
her,
She was probably supposed to die to come.
Yeah.
This is her best buy date has been has expired. so yes. All right. Hans is leading. Jane in the middle, and Albert next. So you feel like you're continuing to go deeper as you're traveling. It definitely feels like there's a downwards decline, I suppose, and it gets colder the further that you get away from the hot pools, which were warming the cave walls around you. It's very, very dark here. So I'm imagining that you're using, if there's like a Zippo lighter or something like that, because it's almost pitch darkness. So you have to you're not making good time. Because you have to like shuffle. You don't want to step onto anything and and fall over, I suppose. Now, as you turn a corner, Hans, you see opening up before you this large cavern filled with this bubbling black watery substance. It's definitely a liquid, but it's similar to the bubbling pools that were up further, but these ones don't seem to be hot. They seem to be cold. And there are a few kind of rather sketchy looking like stepping stones across, but a cavern could be about 50 feet wide and I don't know, 80 long, so it's going to take some traversing. There doesn't seem to be an alternative way around. Mo says, actually, I'm not crazy, I haven't failed a sanity check, so meh.
Which is why she's going to die, because she's sane.
Yeah. I thank the Bookie Wookie for following. Welcome to Avenge My Friend, a gentleman and a scholar closer to have your decision. So, yeah, this is what you see opening up before you, and then Jane and Albert step around as well. There's a kind of natural luminescence from like some fungi on the wall.
Well, now what?
Well, we have to keep pressing on.
Yes, Hans knows where to go to the tunnels, so yeah. He would just head straight for the other tunnels that we were talking about. He'll sort of stop for a moment, turn back. I can scout and you can stay.
This is the way. She like points on the map. This is the way. I mean, there are other tunnels, but this one should lead us off the island.
There sort of step over and take a look at the map. Not much there.
Let me take a look at the map, sweetheart.
let
a man look at the map.
He walks there, looks at the map, doesn't pay any attention to her, and
Your little lady brain is quite confused. No,
walking.
Yeah. She kind of like pokes at one of the stepping stones across. Kind of turns back, shrugs. Looks like it could be done.
Yeah. Hans will walk across on the stepping stones.
All right. So you can roll me a dex check as you're jumping across here.
Watch him die. It's not dead yet. Did he get the heal roll from?
Oh yeah, you rolled d6 on heal for Albert's.
From Albert, yeah, from the first aid. What did I roll, by the way? Success?
Oh, 31 success.
Nice. Pretty good. Yeah, Albert, you can roll a d6 for Hans's wounds.
When we were
Oh,
doing
right,
our
yeah.
homer healing.
Yeah, no, I forgot
Yeah.
about that as well. What's that, David? Guys, good to see you, my man.
Hey, there
Hey,
you
thank
go.
you.
Hey, nice. Perfect amount. So, yeah, you begin to feel better by the time that you get down here, to be fair, Hans. And you do step across the stepping stones through this black, thick liquid that you definitely don't want to fall into and is of an undecipherable depth. It really could be as just a foot deep, or it could be, go as far as drowning you in it, basically. But you get to the other side, and Jane says, "Well, I suppose I'll go next."
Yeah,
Go
sort of
ahead.
Stop and wait.
Okay. Good to see me alive and well. Thank you, demigods. I'm very well. Hey, and Susanna Grace. Thanks so much for that huge host. How's it going, Susanna? We are currently playing some Call of Cthulhu here. And they are down in the deep caverns below this isle. And there's a horrible creature which is hunting them. Which they've wounded and seen off for now. But for how long, one has to wonder. If you guys are just joining in, then welcome. Feel free to say hi. So, you see Jane start to jump across these stepping stones in this thick black liquid. I'm gonna roll her an agility check because she's the NPC, and of course, she rolled very highly indeed. Thanks, Susanna.
It was
How are you
going
doing?
to happen.
How was your stream earlier? Yeah, she you see her like wobble as she's just steps on like about the midway point, and then you see her lose her balance and scream ah! As she just falls into this dark pool of liquid. And you see her just begin to like flail around in the watery thick mess. Hans is on one side, Albert is on the other. What are you guys doing? What's up, you guys?
Fuck it. I'm gonna dive in there and save her.
All right.
Yeah,
What a
I'm
man.
going to get closer, but he's going to stay on ground, basically. Yeah,
Okay.
sort of take a couple of steps, I guess, onto the stones or however
Absolutely.
he can get close to and try and reach down and grab her, but Albert's diving in.
Absolutely.
So-
So yeah, you begin to head your way over, and it's at that point that you begin to hear a and a boom, boom,
She turns into the monster.
and not as such, but you do see coming out from the same black ichory water that was the same as the waddle on this this monster, that rising out from this liquid are the cloven tentacles of the beast as it writhes its way through this thick, messy water towards Jane and immediately towards Albert as he's just dived into the pool with the creature in. And it's thick. It's really thick. It's like swimming through gravy or I don't know, what's a thick liquid that you might, I don't know,
Tar.
tar, yeah. And
Something very thick.
something thick, real thick. She thick, and and it's not fun. Hans, you see this happening as well, and you realize that you're on the wrong side. We're about like halfway across at this point of the pool. What are you doing?
So he's dived in. He's somewhere in there. Can I actually
Yeah.
see where Albert is?
Yeah, you can make him out. I mean, he's like flailing around. Thick.
Right. So yeah, he's still going to be heading
Should think
across
like
to
that.
basically pull out to try and pull Albert out. If any of the
What about
tentacles come
Jane?
close. Not Jane. No. Team first.
Okay.
Teammates first.
All right.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah, he's just gonna walk across there, and he's just gonna. If any of the tentacles come close, he's gonna shoot at the tentacles. He has 2 rounds left.
All right. Nice. Thanks to the gamer domain for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. A gentleman and a scholar. 5 followers away from that next viewer decision where you get to throw some more madness these guys' way. Alright, so you are going to go and grab Albert. Okay, first thing that you're going to do is roll me a power to wrest Albert out from the thick, goopy substances.
Oh,
I got
shit.
this. I could do power. What if we roll like 100?
Hey,
good, pretty good.
it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, you pull him out with a... Albert, wow, that was really fucking resonant. Albert just gets pulled out against his will, most likely, from the water and up onto a stepping stone. You hear Jane screaming, "Ah, help! Help! Help me!" As the tentacles are getting closer towards her.
I'll
Albert, what do you do?
run to where she is and then try to grab her hand.
Yeah. And the Harms will probably go to try and pull her out now as well, but just,
Yeah. Alright, sure. In that case, it's going to be a power check from Albert, first of all. We'll let Hans have a go after Albert tries, because he just made an action. Oh, baby.
Dream baby.
What a hero.
Fucking.
What a god. What a god. Yeah, you, you see, we see Albert just diving into the water and just like pulling Jane out just as one of the tentacles kind of wraps itself around her leg, but he pulls her out so hard that even the tentacle can't like suck her onto her properly, and it rips off, tearing away flesh and leaving blood mixing into this thick substance as you're all on the stepping stones, but you're still about halfway across, and the creature now turns its attentions towards the group of you. Hans, what's the first thing?
Hans will say to them, like, go. And, turn around and try and take a shot. Try to dissuade the thing at least a little.
Okay. So, how exactly do you want to distract it with, like, just pushing them across and making it focus on you, or?
Yeah, he'll push them across and basically he'll shoot it. He'll shoot at it. I mean, that's going to get something's attention.
Alright, okay,
Because
cool.
guns, this is what Hans knows guns.
Yeah, thanks to Gilby for the cheer. Oh man, look at the cheer
Oh,
tanker
faces.
just been filled up there. Thanks, really appreciate that. Alright, roll me some shots against the creature.
Yeah, okay.
Bodacious, such a good word.
That didn't make any sense. Oh,
That sounds like something Hands might come out.
Christ!
Oh,
no.
baby. That's a 100, which is the worst possible
Which
roll
is a malfunction.
that you could make. Yes, so it's a malfunction. So first thing that happens is Hans points the gun for the second time today. He pulls the trigger and it clicks. And he tries to like jimmy it, and it's just not working as the tentacles coming towards him, and you can hear almost like a mirth coming from the creature as it kind of pushes its tentacle towards you, like almost like it's taunting you. It knows that you fucked up.
Go.
Can I try something?
You may.
All right. Oh, and all right. I'm gonna run to where Hans is, grab the tentacle, and continue running towards where we started.
You're gonna grab the tentacle.
Yeah, and just keep going with it, like.
Oh baby, okay. Roll me a strength in order to do that. By the way, Jane is running. She's got
That's fine. She's got the map.
she's got sense. And she's getting the hell out of it.
What actually happened to the map
It's like tucked away in her jacket.
when she fell into goop?
Oh yeah, it might be kind of blackened and goopy. Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
can
use
still
luck.
see papers in there though.
I'm gonna use luck.
All right, how much
'Cause
luck
I
do you
don't
need? to
want
use?
to fucking.
Yeah, you need to use 12, I think, to make it equal to that.
Yeah.
Do you expend 1 point of luck per point that you want to change your roll by?
No, I think it's the amount.
That
until
difference,
I
no?
get even. Yeah.
Yeah, so like that would be 12, right?
Yeah.
So you're at 80 and you want it to be 92. That's what Saksha said, and I know he's a big Cthulhu player as well. So off the top of my head, from when I read that, that seemed to be what I remember. I mean, we'll call it that for now. Yeah, guns in the 20s was shit, apparently. I mean, yeah. What do you expect? I mean, to be fair, it's been through the ringer, this thing, you know. And who's to say that Gomps takes any good care of his gun, you know? He's an old blind man, so how well is he going to upkeep it?
12, 13.
13.
I'll use 13.
All right,
you know,
cool.
just to get over.
Just to make it
instead of
over,
just
yeah.
equal. Yeah. So that's 80, 67.
Sure.
Yeah.
So just a
67.
success, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you push past Templar, Hands, and bringing the tentacle with you, and you slam it. What exactly do you want to do with this thing? I'll let you describe it, seeing as you got a better idea what was in your mind here.
Okay, so while I'm running, I'm gonna grab. I grab the tentacle and just keep going, as if it's like a leash.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And just keep going until I go through the hole into the corridor, and just keep pulling.
Okay.
Until like
cool.
until it's like either stuck or not able to go back to Hans and
All
Jim.
right, cool, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, you keep pulling it along, and you just kind of slam it down, and it's just paying complete attention to you, Albert. However, you're stuck. So are you pulling it back the way you came, or towards Jane on the other side?
No, towards where I came.
Okay, so you're kind of stuck now on the other side of the creature as it begins to kind of pull itself towards you, leaving Hans still in the middle here and Jane's on the other side. Hans, you see him successfully pulling away all attention from you and Jane, and the creature is going straight towards Albert, who is stuck on the wrong side.
I'll just shout out, just keep going.
Yep.
Just keep going.
He'll turn and keep going then. Yeah.
All right.
I was going to say run and then and hit in the other direction, but yeah, he's going to do it.
All right. So Hans, you rush off with Jane, and Jane's like, we need to help him. Can we help him?
No.
Savage. what a put down.
Yeah. He's like,
He's like, fuck off.
yeah. More along the lines like, not if it kills us. Go.
You have to like pull her away, but she will go.
Yeah, he won't. Yeah, he will. Just again, not too. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, not too forcefully, but you pull her away. You do the kind of, when Frodo sees Gandalf die, and he's like, Gandalf! And then, like, Boromir pulls him away.
Yeah.
It's that scene. And you turn a corner just as you see the creature rising straight towards Albert. Albert, I'll give you a cool, like, one line before the scene cuts here. What does Albert say as he sees the beast lurching towards him with this jabbering mouth coming straight towards you, and the tentacles pouring all around of you of this black ichor?
Alright, so I successfully pulled him away, and now I'm face to face, right?
Exactly, yeah.
He's gonna keep his stance, sort of like this, and shout out, show the king what you're capable of, you mook!
Perfect. And Hans, just as you guys race around the corner, that's the last thing that you guys hear as you race, continuing down the tunnels as the scene cuts away. And Albert's fate is left unknown. But you guys run. You just continue to go out. Yeah, go ahead, Pogo. You continue to rush away. And she kind of brings out these old maps that are like now stained in this black, like tarry ichor. And she kind of wipes what she can off, and she says, I think I remember. It's this way. And she kind of points off and starts running.
Yeah, he'll follow her.
Okay.
He will start trying to unjam his gun. That one round he has left.
Okay. Yeah, you can manage to unjam it. You know, you're gonna need some time to do that. I know, Mo. That's what you're missing out on.
Yeah,
Mo.
he's still pretty robot right now. So
Yeah. Okay. So you go into the kind of like automaton mode. You know, you fix the bullet into the chamber and focus on the detail. And it helps bring you back into some semblance of sanity and reality. And you continue running with Jane until the yeah, I know both of you guys are trying to do this heroic last stand thing where you sacrifice yourselves, which is hilarious because both of you could have ended up dying.
Like, it's not. It's like I can't. Yeah, but this is what Hans would do.
It's so funny.
He's not even trying to be heroic. He's just doing his job.
It's like, you stay behind, I'll take it,
No,
and then
you stay behind.
no, I'll stay behind.
It's like, fuck it. He's staying behind.
All right, you'll stay. Okay, let's just pull lots. But yeah, you until you begin to run with like an incline. And you run upwards with Jane for the better part of 2 hours until you finally break forth into daylight. There is no fog around the island this time, and it seems like you are on a separate island that you've ran underground far enough to look back and see on the other side this huge forest on which Tafuda Isle is mainly forest, and you see that there is a shoreline on this little island that you're on, which is, to be fair, very small indeed. Barely an island, in fact. Hey, Master Mo donates £15, and she says, Ivy feels the pain of Albert's wounds and uses her newfound staff to cast a protection bubble on Albert. Thank you, Momo. I appreciate that. We're gonna, I'm gonna let you actually play that one out next Tuesday. When we play this session, so Ivy is gonna have some say in that scene at the very end there, just as that gets cut off. But we don't know what happens to Albert for now. We have to wait until Tuesday. But Ivy will definitely be there and have a chance to help him out with her stuff. But yes, you see this little shoreline, and there's a boat on the shoreline, Hans, and she points to it. There's a boat. She's unbelieving of the good luck, and she runs down towards it immediately.
He will stop her.
Okay.
Yep. You sort of stop her. Stay good though.
Oh my God.
And he'll walk down and investigate the boat, but he will go first. He will make sure that he goes first.
Now, little lady, you might confuse it with your woman brain. Yes.
You don't know how to use boats.
You wouldn't understand a boat, would you, dear? Dear God.
God damn it.
The 20s are a bad time. Yeah, you come down and look at the boat. There is like tacking and like fishing things inside. It's like a fisherman's vessel. There's no one around on the island, so you're not sure who left it here. But there's no mists around this island. However, around Tafuda Isle, there are certainly some pretty thick mists swaying around here. Nothing
so
evil about the boat.
Yeah. Yeah. So you say, how big is this boat?
It's like a 2-man boat. You could fit 4 in it at a push.
Well, I mean, like in terms of like size and weight, how is it
God.
like kept there?
Oh,
Is
it's
it possible for him? Yeah, pull it up further up on
yeah,
shore.
absolutely.
effectively?
Yeah, you could put it up. You know, it's a little kind of 2-man little dinghy, I guess. Really.
Dinghy, yeah, then yeah, he can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you put it up onto the shore. She says, "So we can go. I mean, you want to go back and get your friends, right?"
Yes.
Well, maybe I should stay here and watch the boat, and you go back and get your friends. Because we can't just leave it here, can we?
Yeah, I got that. She's just gonna take the boat, but he sort of nods yes, and yeah. Is there anything? You know, he will sort of check if she's hurt or anything, and you know, make sure
She
you know.
seems okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he makes sure, you know. So okay, so he gets her food or whatever he can,
Mm-hmm.
sets her up, and you know, very again, robot. He's doing a job,
Yeah.
and then you know, heads back down the tunnel. He will take the maps as well.
Okay. Yeah. She takes you. She lets you have them, and she says,
Yep.
"Good luck down there. Are you sure you should? Maybe you should wait a bit before. I mean, if that thing's still down there."
What would robot hands do? Robo Hans, the upgrade.
Turbine
Robo Hans would.
Robo hands. He does
yeah,
the
I mean,
Robo Boogie.
It took about like 2 hours for them.
Yeah. So you're pretty a
To
bit
get-
tired, I guess.
Yeah, he probably would be a bit tired. He'll get her set up and pulling it up. It's a fishing boat, right?
Yeah.
So does it have anything on board that he can, food, like
Yeah,
rations,
there's-
food, anything?
I mean, there's probably some like wrapped up old like jerky, which is still edible.
Yeah. Then he'll sort of and the time is sometime what time?
Or in the morning,
roughly?
maybe 8 a.m.
Okay. He will take a break for like
Sure.
15 minutes
Sure.
to eat, rest, recuperate, prepare, check his injuries,
Yeah.
and then he heads back into the
Okay.
tunnel.
So during your like little break, kind of, Jane kind of walks over and she says, "Were you in the war?
Yes.
You seem like a soldier. Where did you serve?"
I had that written down somewhere and I completely forgot it.
I think Charlie was Gallipoli.
I don't know.
was it you?
He was one of Hans was on one of the beaches
Okay.
of Gallipoli. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not
Okay.
sure exactly which one.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, Gallipoli.
She
Some
nods.
counter roleplay.
She says, wow, that can't have been easy.
No, it wasn't. There's like a blink of like not robot there. It's like oh shit. No.
So are
Yeah.
you still a soldier now? Or what? Why are you here?
Now I'm a soldier. I need to be a soldier. So it needs to be a soldier. Yes. Was looking for someone. Now we're leaving.
Did you find them?
They're dead.
I see. I'm sorry.
It happens.
I hope your friend.
Save those who live.
I hope your friend is okay.
I hope. Yeah. And it's like again. It's like the yeah. I hope so too. And he's gonna reach into his jacket, which he still has. Gets out a cigar. He doesn't light it. He's gonna basically chew on it. Yeah. I hope so too.
Do you,
There's a bit of Hans coming back
yeah,
in there.
she has a lighter. Do you want a light?
No, this is good.
Okay. Well, good luck, soldier.
Sort of salutes her. Yes, ma'am. And, he grins a little bit, and then he's yes, ma'am, and then he sort of stands up. Still got the cigar, and there's a little bit more Hans back there, and fixes his jacket, and heads down like a boss into heads down like a boss into the dark tunnel
All right.
with the lighter.
She waves as you go down into the dark tunnel there, leaving you there, and with the boat on the shore, as Jane is left on the shore, and Hans goes down to see what's happened to him. But exactly what's happened to Albert is gonna have to wait until next time, unfortunately for us, because we've got some stuff planned for the finale of Call of Cthulhu, and I don't want to spoil it all now. I want to leave it for the rest of our players to enjoy next Tuesday at 1 p.m. So I know we're wrapping up just a little early here today, but I think it's worth it in order to preserve that story for the rest of the group to enjoy and see what happens next. So if you did enjoy today's show, of course, let us know. Extra little Friday stream here. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, maybe we'll do. I do plan on doing Friday streams weekly. Maybe starting next week. As soon as I am starting them officially, I'll let you guys know. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, of course, hit that follow button and join us. Let's get some thoughts and feelings from the cast and the crew of today's show. Let's hear from Albert, Mr. Mo. How do you feel about that session?
So good.
So good.
Oh man, I feel I'm now satisfied for the week because last Tuesday on Valentine's Day I was so distraught that I couldn't play, and the week before I was so down in the dumps. It hurt so much. Man, I enjoyed this session.
Good, me too.
Oh my god, so much.
Good. Perfect. And where can we find you online, of course?
All right. Just before that, I'd like to say, Momo, thank you so much. I mean, I would have been okay with being dead, but thank you so much for this. All right.
Man, that's good.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Muhammad Faisal, or Mo, as everybody knows me here. Not Momo, but Mo. You guys can find me on Instagram, where I am doing a self-rejuvenation of the soul and losing weight. So far, and this is a big one, so far that I have lost since I began 36.2 kilos.
Wow.
/ 80 pounds.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude. That's incredible.
So now I'm wearing my older
Congrats.
shirts, like this one. It's actually not like super tight. I actually wore a suit earlier today just to make a joke. Everything's fantastic, and hopefully by next month it'll just be like even more.
Absolutely. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Templar,
Thank you.
same questions for you.
Yeah, that was actually I quite enjoyed that session. I'm not sure what I'm doing with Hans anymore. He is like everything and nothing all at once. He's like, I'm a soldier, I'm breaking down. I'm a soldier, I have feelings. No. But that was the exception. Yeah. I will say so, yeah. He's a horrible person in many ways. So yeah, sorry about the swearing and the insults, but it happens. It's him.
It's the time as well, you know.
He's wound up quite a bit as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a great session. I think we'll had a couple of moments just like, why are you trying to die? What are you doing?
I
Why
was
are you
gonna
trying
let
to
you guys die.
Where are you going? and all these things. But I think that was a great session. I felt the threat the whole time, especially with that viewer decision, guys. That was great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was brilliant. I'm looking forward to next session, and I was really hoping that AFE would show up and save, to try and save Albert before, as in, even without the donation. But that was great. That last moment was great, and also, no, you die first. You die first.
No,
you die first. This is the problem with having heroic characters.
No,
You heal me, I heal you.
Yeah.
You patch me up, I patch you up.
Yeah. Scratch your back, I'll scratch mine. Yeah. Oh man, that was a fun session, guys. Thank you for coming along, everybody in chat, and of course, Templar, where can we find you on the internet?
Yeah. I was streaming, but since I got a new job, my sleep schedule's all whacked up, so I haven't been getting to my usual stream times. But you can catch me at Templar Warden here on Twitch. You can catch me at Rainer Templar on Twitter. I don't use it that much. And you can catch me as one of the admins and Templar Warden on the ERP Discord, where I am running the text-based roleplay, and currently everyone's trying not to murder each other.
Trying to hard.
Actually, it's not as bad as this, so it's cool.
That's good.
So yeah, I would like to catch you there, but
yeah, we'll see you guys over there. There's Discord links, and of course, if you guys just haven't had enough Encounter Roleplay for today, well then I do have a new episode of Adventurers Anonymous, the D&D 5th edition actual play podcast, coming out later this evening. It's episode 14. I've got this epic speech with some epic music set behind it. I'm very proud of this episode. So if you don't listen to the AA podcast, go ahead and join. It's so much fun and kicking off a lot of momentum. You guys there's like 1,000 downloads every single day at this point, which is incredible. So I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it and that the shenanigans that we get up to over there are enjoyed. And we're recording more tonight, so we're actually off to go and record more Adventurers Anonymous now, in fact, and we're recording until like 5 a.m. I think. Yeah, very much looking forward to that, and until next time, everybody, I'll see you again on Sunday for Homebrew Interview and the Dungeon Master's Workshop, but try not to roll too many nat ones, because we want to be laughing when you do. Good night, everybody, and try not to go insane.